Hello everyone, welcome to Joyroute-Jojo. We plan to start a new tutorial series on AC800 exam series. My name is Jojo Paul and I work as a Microsoft technical consultant. In my channel, which is Joyroute-Jojo, I have already done a tutorial series on AC104, MS102 and Intune tutorial series. So these are the playlists available in my channel, which I have covered Exchange Server, Microsoft 365, Azure Backup, Azure Administrator. So all that I have already done some certain videos. So if you are interested, you can watch those videos from my channel Joyroute-Jojo. Today, let's start a new series on AC800. Before start the AC800 session, let us try to understand about AC800. What is this certificate is all about? Why we have to learn AC800? So this certification, exam AC800, Administrating Windows Server Hybrid Core Infrastructure. This particular certification validate your skills in managing Windows Server environment that span on-premise, hybrid, and cloud Azure infrastructure. The market required engineers who knows both, who can manage on-premise at the same time cloud, which is a hybrid environment. I have asked the same questions to Google. How this AC800 certification is it still relevant, whether it is required or not? So what Google answered to me, yes, the AC800 certification is still relevant because the growing need of professional who can manage hybrid cloud environment which integrate on-premise infrastructure with cloud services. So the demand is very high for who knows both on-premise and the hybrid and the cloud infrastructure. We call it as hybrid environment. So why AC800 is relevant? Demand for hybrid skill. As more organizations adopt hybrid cloud strategies, the demand for IT professional who can manage both on-premise and cloud environment is increasing. That's the reason why AC800 certification is relevant. Valuable skill set, career advancement, validating real-world experience, and all that stuff. These are the advantages that Google says by learning AC800. My point is nothing but IT professional who can manage both on-premise and cloud and environment is increasing. This is my point of taking this AC800 certification, and consider this as a tutorial series. All right. So without wasting much time, let us get into the syllabus, what we learn on AC800 exam. Skills are measured as on June 17, 2025. By creating this tutorial series, my intention is not just to focus on exam syllabus. Instead, we learn the concept and practically implementing those learned concepts. So this is the exam syllabus. These are the 5 modules that required for these are the 5 modules on AC800 exam. Deploy and manage Active Directory services in on-premises and cloud environment. Manage Windows servers and workloads in hybrid environment. Manage virtual machines and containers. Implement and manage on-premises and hybrid network infrastructure. Manage, store, file services. These are the 5 modules that required for the AC800. And the detailed syllabus is available here. We start from the first module, deploy and manage Active Directory domain services. Microsoft itself provides us the learning documents from the learn.microsoft.com. From this particular link, they provide the entire learning documents. We will be following this particular document which Microsoft officially gives us, and after learning this concept, we will be practically implementing that in our lab environment. So let's start with deploy and manage identity infrastructure. So this first module focus on Active Directory domain services. In this module, learning objectives are these are the learning objectives in this first module. To practice it, we require a domain controller, how to install Active Directory role in a server and promote that machine as a domain controller. You can learn it from this particular playlist, on-premise ADDNS group policy, how to install Active Directory. I have already done a videos on how to install the Active Directory, how can you promote that machine as a domain controller, and what to be done after that. All that, there is already a playlist. I can share this in the description. You can watch that. Set up your lab accordingly. Let's learn what is ADDS, Active Directory Domain Services. ADDS, Active Directory Domain Services, and its related services form the foundation for enterprise network that run Windows operating system. So ADDS, it forms a foundation for the enterprise network. The ADDS, the Active Directory Domain Services database, is a central store of all the domain objects such as user account, computer account, and groups. So if you consider this ADDS database, it includes users, computers, groups. So it's a central store of all the domain objects. ADDS provides a searchable hierarchical directory and method for applying configuration and security settings for object in the enterprise. Active Directory's domain services help you to control who can access what. The security and its permissions are handled from the Active Directory domain services. Then apply settings and policies to the computers and users. Through group policy, you can apply the policies and settings to the computers. What should be the desktop? You can apply the desktop wallpaper to all the computers. You can block the USB access in the computer, and all the settings and policies you can apply to the computers and users from the ADDS. And ADDS also will help you to search for and manage resources in your network. So this is about Active Directory Domain Services. Active Directory Domain Services contains two types of components. First one is known as logical components, and other one is called physical components. As the name implies, logical component means which is not tangible, which is a logical distribution, logical partition, and logical objects. That's called, that is the one type of components in Active Directory Domain Services. The other one is physical components, which is tangible. We can touch and feel it, which is exist physically. So logical components are partition, schema, domain tree, forest, OU, container. So these are the logical components. So let's start with partition. Partition or naming context is a portion of the ADDS database. Although the database consists of one file named ntds.dit, different partition contains different data. For example, the schema partition contains a copy of Active Directory schema. The configuration partition contains the configuration objects in the forest. The domain partition contains the users, computers, groups, and other objects specified to the domain. Active Directory stores copies of partition on multiple domain controllers and update them through directory replication. Active Directory stores a copies of these partitions. Consider you have 2 or 3 domain controllers. So Active Directory stores copies of the partition on all these multiple domain controllers and update them through directory replication. If you make any changes in one domain controller, in one Active Directory domain services, then it replicate to the other domain controller. So the next logical component is nothing but schema. Schema is a set of definition of the object types and attributes that you use to define the object created in ADDS. This is the definition given in the Microsoft Learning page. Let us understand schema in a simple language. Schema in Active Directory is like a blueprint or a rule book that tells AD what kind of information it can store and how that information should look. Let's consider Active Directory as a big phone book. So the schema defines what kind of details each entry can have. For example, when you are creating a user, you can have his name, email, phone number. So all that defines in the schema. When it comes to computer, it says you can have the name, IP address, operating system, etc. All that defines in the schema. So schema is the one type of logical component in Active Directory domain services. The next logical component is nothing but domain. In the landing page, it is mentioned about domain is a logical administrative container for objects such as users and computers. In a simple language, we could say domain in Active Directory domain services is like a container or a boundary that holds all users, computers, and groups in an organization. Let's create a boundary here. So domain defines the boundary. So this is the boundary of my domain condensor.com. Domain defines the boundary for my domain condensor.com. Inside this domain, I will have users, computers, all that, and this domain is the boundary that holds all users, computers, and groups in my organization. Now let's discuss about domain tree. Domain tree is a hierarchical collection of domains that share a common root domain and contiguous domain naming system namespace. In a simple language, we could say that a domain tree in Active Directory is a group of domains that are connected together in a hierarchical, like parent and child relationship. The one domain will act as a parent. In this case, condensor.com will act as a parent and sales.condensor.com will be the subdomain. It acts as a child. So this structure, this logical component is known as domain tree in Active Directory domain services. Then comes the forest. Forest is a collection of one or more domains that have a common ADDS root, a common schema, a common global catalog. So that is what a forest means. Forest in Active Directory is a top layer container that holds one or more domain trees or domains. It's like an umbrella. Under this umbrella, you can have different domains. So here comes the forest, and you can have different domains here under this umbrella. So that is what about forest. Now we have OU. OU, organization unit, is like a folder inside your domain, which means this is your domain, and inside this domain you have OU in the name of, you can create in different name like HR or IT or sales. You can create folders that help you to organize users, computers, and group. So all the users belongs to HR. We can put it under HR OU. All the computers, users, application, everything we can comes under this particular HR OU. IT employees we can put under IT OU. I can practically show that right now. This is the domain controller, the machine where Active Directory users and computers are installed. That machine will be promoted as a domain controller. And this is the domain controller, and here we have Active Directory users and computers. And here you could see an OU in the name of HR. You can create another OU. To create an OU, just right click and go to new. You can create an organization unit here, OU, and this OU I name it as sales. So all the employees, users, computers, everything related to sales, we can move to this particular OU. So we have created an OU here, and I can create users here in this OU, or the sales department employees I will be creating under the sales OU. Even the computers that related to sales will be moving to either to sales or will be creating it in the sales OU. And this is called computer. This is not OU, this is actually a container. Container is actually organizational framework for use in ADDS. You can use default containers or you can create custom containers. The difference between OU and container, the main difference between OU and container is that you can apply group policy to the OU, but you cannot apply group policy to any container. So container is a predefined object in the domain that holds other objects like users and computers. Unlike OU, you cannot apply group policy directly to the container. You cannot apply group policy to a container. Container cannot you cannot apply group policy to a container. Now we discuss about the physical components. So far we talk about the logical components of Active Directory domain services. Now let's talk about the physical components. Physical component is nothing but the tangible things, objects that are tangible. Physical components in ADDS are those objects that are tangible, that describe tangible components in the real world. So the physical components are, one is domain controller. It's a server where we have installed the Active Directory. Then that server will be promoted as a domain controller. Then the data store is a physical component, global catalog server, read-only domain controller, site, subnet. So these are the physical components of a Active Directory domain services. These physical components we will be seeing detailedly in the next class. So thanks for watching this class. We will meet in the other class. Till then, goodbye.